Troy Becker, brand manager for STX Lacrosse. Today I'll be taking you through how to string up your new Duel II head. This year there's 15 stringing holes on the side compared to 12 in the last Duel. We'll be stringing it up with some memory super soft mesh, so let me take you through it. All right, so we did a regular 9-diamond top string. The link to that tutorial will be in the description below. To start your sidewall, you want to tie a double knot on the end. We're going to anchor that next diamond down. So you're going to come to the second sidewall hole, right below where we tied off for the top string, through the outside, and then through the inside of the mesh. And then you're going to loop back through the outside of the plastic again, same sidewall hole, and then through the inside of mesh again, and pull it tight. And there you'll have your anchor. And then you're going to start the pocket. So we'll do an SI. So we'll go down through the back of the mesh, skipping the next sidewall hole, come down to the fourth, through the outside, and then up through the string and the mesh through that loop that we create. Again, pulling down tight. There's your SI. So we're going to continue that process, moving down the head. So down through the back, skipping the next sidewall hole again, through outside of the plastic, and then once again up through that loop. Again, pulling tight. I like to continue to stretch the mesh as you go down the head, kind of help form the pocket as you go. Again, we'll do another SI, so down through the back, just like before. Again, skip that next hole, down to the next one, through the outside, and then up through that loop between the mesh and the string. And then one more. So we'll go down through the back once again, through the outside, skipping the next hole, and then once again up through that loop. Again, pulling it tight. Now you're going to form your channel. Next, we will do a 1 SI. So you're going to start the same way through the back of the mesh. And then instead of going through the plastic, we'll go through the next diamond, same way through the back. You'll see both those diamonds start to bunch up. And you'll go through the outside of the plastic and then up through the bottom diamond, just like before, through the string and the mesh. So this is called a 1 SI because that top diamond will float on the string, and then the next diamond is interlocked to the plastic. Next, we are actually going to go through the outside of the plastic and up over that string, just like we were interlocking before, but there will be no mesh on the string, so we're not going through any mesh on that one. And then moving on, we'll go through the back once again, and through the back of the next one, we're going to do another 1 SI. So through the outside of the plastic, up through the bottom of the mesh, and through that loop, just like before. And then we'll do an SI moving down. So once again, through the back, through the outside, and up through the loop. So for the next one, we're going to go down through the back of the 9-diamond row. So not skipping all the way to the next one, but the 9-diamond, through the outside of the plastic, just like before, just like we were doing a 1. But instead of tying off, we're actually going to go through the back once again, and we're going to go down through the last bottom string hole. So the outside most bottom string here. That'll just protect your strings a little bit more, allow you to pull it tight and really lock that piece of mesh in, and then we will tie off. So we're actually tying off through the first bottom string hole. And there's your tie off. So we will Do the same exact process on the other side. So once again, you have your double knot, anchor up top, through the inside, through the outside of the plastic, and then through the inside again. So like I said, you're gonna continue the process all the way down. We'll speed through it, catch you at the bottom. All right, so now that we have our sidewall done, we'll do the bottom string. So again, tie a knot just like always. You'll come up through the bottom of the outside bottom string hole. You'll find that 9 diamond row where we tied off. So you're gonna skip the outside one where we went down through before and come to the next one. So you're gonna skip the next hole and the next one, come in through the third, so you have 2 skipped in the middle. You go down through the next bottom string hole, like to pull it tight, and then up through the bottom of the next one, through the inside of that same hole, so the same hole that we came down through before, and then once again you're gonna skip the outside one, through the back of the second one, and down through the outside bottom string hole. So this bottom string can be a little bit looser, it doesn't need to be super tight, but then we'll tie off. So for shooting strings, for face-off guys, you usually want to use something pretty simple. We're just going to do 2 straight across. It can be 1 shooter and a nylon, just 1 shooter. It's all kind of personal preference for these guys. So like I said, we'll do 2 shooters. So you're gonna come, I like to do them on the 4th row and the 6th row. So counting from the top where we tied off 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll have a row that goes across there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A row that goes across there. So starting at the bottom, just like always, you're gonna weave this. So through the back, through the front, weaving all the way down. You wanna try and keep this string laying flat, so when you go back through, it lays nice and flat. And then, just like always, weave back and forth. Again, alternating over and under the existing string. You always want to cover up the bridges in the mesh as you go. Under, over, and so on. When you get to the end, I like to come through the string, the mesh, but not through the outside of the plastic. Again, that's personal preference. Some guys like to go around the plastic, some guys don't. But when you get to the end, make sure you include that sidewall on the inside and tie off. Moving to the 4th diamond, once again, counting from the top where we tied. 1, 2, 3, 4. And once again, repeating the process, weaving the first string under and over the bridges all the way across. We'll weave all the way across and then take the opposite string, weave as well. Once again, going under and over the existing string that we just did. Again, making sure we cover all the bridges on the back of the mesh with our shooter. Again, when we get to the end, this one we just so happen to have an open sidewall hole. Pull that through. Again, tie off. Keep the shooters relatively loose so there's not too much whip. And tie your knot. This bottom one is usually a shooter. This can be nothing. This can be a top nylon or another shooter. It's all personal preference.